What's up, warriors? Welcome back to my channel. It is August 17th. It is a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. As you saw in a previous clip, I have weighed in at 127.2 this morning, which is a lie. It was 127.0 right before I decided to grab the camera. Stupid scale. But actually, as some of you might know, I'm probably weighing a heck of a lot less than that, simply because I haven't gone to the bathroom since Sunday. TMI? I don't think so, because chances good, if you're following my channel, you're interested in what it's like to be going through a prep, especially if you're watching this particular series, and constipation is a thing. I don't know if there are many of you who go through it, but I know I do. It's my thing. Anyway, and so that's what I want to actually kind of make this video about, because oftentimes I'll talk about it and people will go like, damn, like, is that even healthy? And that is the big question, right? Is prepping for a show healthy? When you talk about health, there are two different types of health, I guess. There's your physical health and there's your psychological health. People can be, you can have one without the other. You can be in great shape but be really messed up in the head, or you can have like a really great mindset but not necessarily be healthy physically. And I think that yes, prep can easily screw up either one of those aspects of health. In terms of physical health, is it healthy? Yes and no. I mean, it all really depends on your approach to prep. If you are starving on poverty macros, like if you're, again, I'm not here to tell you what's right and wrong in prep, but you know, some girls go as low as 700 calories a day, and they're doing like an hour and a half, 2 hours cardio per day. That kills your metabolism. That kills your whole system, and a whole lot of people get, you know, adrenal fatigue, completely burnout from prep. And so would I consider that physically healthy? No. We are all on low macros, and those low macros make us crave more. So sometimes we have a tendency to try to like manipulate our macronutrients so that we can somewhat fit in something that's like kind of sort of maybe sweet but good enough just to fit it in there. But we end up sacrificing a lot of the good wholesome foods that we should be eating on a regular basis in order to just like satisfy that craving. Now, if you do that once in a while, it's not a big deal, but if you're doing that on the regular because you can't deal with your cravings, that too, I wouldn't consider healthy. You do have a very limited food intake, and so you really want to make the best of the macros that you have. You really want to make every food count. Every food, I personally like to try to keep it as clean as possible, just because I want to make sure that I'm getting as many vitamins and minerals as I possibly can, because I'm not getting enough food, right? Now, of course, it is important that we do supplement with either greens, with, you know, with vitamins, but you know, it's not the same thing, right? It's also really important to take care of your body all throughout prep. I always wait till the very last minute when I'm about to like break down before I get a massage, and I know that's not what I should be doing. I should be taking, I should be having more Epsom salt baths. I should be getting massages at least once a month, at least, just to make sure that everything is okay. Because otherwise you're just gonna wear your body down. It is really hard on your body. There are some women on prep who have a tendency to lose their period. I have not done that yet, but then again, I also have not done a full prep without the birth control pill, so stay tuned, we'll see what happens with that. But I know a lot of women who actually don't lose their period, and I think a lot of that also has to do with the nutrition aspect of it. If you keep it as clean as possible, if you supplement with your vitamins, like I don't think there's any real reason why you should lose it. You are preparing for that one day, and then from then on you can reverse and regain and rebuild your metabolism, rebuild your body, your health, your strength, and all that kind of stuff. So yes, on some level it takes its toll on your personal health, but as long as you approach it cautiously on a physical level, I wouldn't necessarily go as far as saying that it's completely unhealthy. Now, another aspect of health, the psychological side, might say otherwise. Now, just to reiterate, you are preparing your body to be an extremely low body fat percentage for that one day. That gets hard to let go of. Once you're done your show, it's really, really hard to part with the cuts, with the shreds, with that shredded look, because you have seen, and all of your friends and all of your family have seen you at like your peak, right? And so then you suddenly have this like weird expectation of yourself to like kind of sort of look similar afterwards, but you don't, and you start to get hard on yourself, and it just really creates this issue with body dysmorphia, this issue with your body image, and so that becomes a bit of a struggle after a show, and even before a show, because the thing is that you are working so that your body can look a specific way on a specific date. So every day that you wake up and you don't look like that is you basically telling yourself that you're not ready yet, you don't look good enough yet, and so on and so forth. But this is all negative self-talk that you gotta ditch. It can skew your body image, and it can even skew your relationship with food. A lot of women end up becoming very afraid of food after a show. You know, they fear carbs because they think that once they start eating carbs, they're like immediately gonna get fat, or they feel like they can't control themselves around food anymore because they haven't eaten in so long, or they feel like they haven't eaten in so long that they just want to eat everything right then and there. And I speak from experience. If you watch my old video, I didn't have the best post-show reverse diet that I thought I would want to have. So again, on a psychological perspective, it can be unhealthy, provided that you're not coming from a secure psychological place. So basically, in order to prevent your prep from being an unhealthy one, just make sure that your health has been taken care of on both perspectives. Make sure that physically you're in good shape, you're ready to go, you don't have to do anything too crazy drastic, because that's another thing, is that people expect to be able to lose 50 pounds in like 12 weeks for a show, and I'm sorry, that's really fast. That's a lot of weight really fast and not good for you. So make sure that you're not doing anything too extreme in terms of where your starting point is. Take your time in your prep and take care of your body. Make sure that you're feeding it all the proper things that it needs, that you're fueling it properly, even though I know it's hard to on a deficit. You do the best you can. And supplement properly. Make sure you're getting enough recovery and rest and hydrate. Those are all really important things. And on the psychological perspective, just make sure that you're not trying to essentially start a diet with a deadline because you're trying to escape a binge eating disorder or some sort of like food disorder that you might have, or body image issue that you might have. If you're not happy with your body, then trust me, you're not going to be happier with it as you go along, because once that show's over, again, you're dealing with what your body is going to look like after the show, not show day. If that makes any sense. I'm sorry, I'm still suffering a little bit from the diet brain. I didn't try to eat before I vlogged this time around so that I didn't end up so space gazy. Now, if you are just on a basic weight loss journey, I find that lately bikini competitions has become like this big fad, and everybody feels the need to compete in order to show off like their results, their weight loss transformation. You don't have to compete to justify your results. There are plenty of other ways you can enjoy those results. You know, you can book a trip to the beach, you can hire a photographer and take photos. So be careful, for those of you who are considering competing. Just try to figure out what your why is. Why is it that you want to compete? Like I said, it's not necessarily unhealthy, but it can be, and it can be dangerously unhealthy if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not coming from a good place. So that's all I really wanted to touch up on. I think it's all a matter of perspective, and I think it's all a matter of where you are, what your starting point is, that is going to determine what your prep is probably going to be like. So for anybody who is considering it, I do highly recommend making sure that you are in a healthy position for both physically and mentally. Make sure that you've had plenty of time to build that body, build those muscles, build your metabolism, build your caloric intake, because trust me, you don't want to be that person who's eating 700 calories a day and doing an hour and a half cardio. You just don't. It's just hell. I would not wish that on anyone. And so that's it. So Saturday marks my 9-week out point. Very excited. Things are going well. And as per usual, guys, don't forget to use my hashtag, Warrior Mindset. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye. Bye. let's do it. I have a goal and I want to reach it, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there. And sometimes those low days are what it takes to get there.